Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The NFL world woke up this week to a rumor that has the potential to shake up the entire defensive landscape, as whispers from sources close to the Dallas Cowboys hint at DEMARCUS Lawrence making an unexpected return. For weeks, analysts and fans alike have speculated about Lawrence's future, especially after his recent absence due to injuries and off-field negotiations that seem to stall any clear path forward. Now, according to these insider murmurs, the Cowboys have quietly made moves behind the scenes to ensure that Lawrence's comeback is not only possible but imminent. This development, if it comes to fruition, could dramatically alter the team's defensive strategy, forcing rival quarterbacks to rethink their approach when facing Dallas. The mere suggestion of Lawrence stepping back onto the field has sent ripples across social media, with fans eagerly dissecting potential lineups and imagining the explosive plays that could return to AT&T Stadium. Beyond the tactical implications, there's also the emotional angle. Lawrence's leadership, once vocal in the locker room and dominant on the field, may provide the Cowboys with a renewed sense of confidence. Everyone is now asking, quietly at first, then more openly, if this could be the season that Lawrence reclaims the edge rusher spotlight that he once dominated. The excitement around Lawrence's possible return is not just about the X's and O's, but also the sheer unpredictability he brings to the Cowboys' defensive unit. Rumors suggest that the coaching staff has been working closely with the medical team to ensure his physical readiness, designing a regimen that balances rehabilitation with explosive performance. The idea that Lawrence might be fully integrated into defensive schemes without risking range injury has energized the locker room, as younger players watch a proven veteran prepare to reclaim his spot. Analysts are already speculating about how his return could impact draft strategy, trades, and even the pressure on other defensive ends who have been holding down the fort in his absence. Fans have flooded forums with debates, weighing the potential immediate boost versus the risks of reintroducing a player who has dealt with wear and tear. Meanwhile, opposing teams are reportedly taking note, quietly reviewing game film and preparing contingencies for facing Lawrence once again. The speculation has grown so intense that even casual observers of the league are now tuning in, eager to witness whether these whispers are a calculated distraction or the prelude to one of the most dramatic comebacks in recent NFL memory. Amid the swirling rumors, one thing is clear. The Cowboys are positioning themselves to make a statement, and Lawrence could be the centerpiece of that message. Sources close to the team hint that this is more than a simple roster move. It's part of a broader strategy to reinvigorate a defense that has struggled with consistency. While the public has only seen fragmented updates about Lawrence's recovery and training, insiders suggest that the coaching staff has been meticulously planning his phased return to avoid setbacks. The rumor mill is rife with speculation about when Lawrence might actually step back onto the field. Some say he could participate in the final preseason games, while others hint at a mid-season debut designed to maximize impact and media attention. Fans have latched onto every small detail, from cryptic social media posts by teammates to subtle changes in practice schedules, interpreting them as breadcrumbs leading to the inevitable announcement. The potential timing has become a hot topic on sports talk shows, podcasts, and Twitter threads, with each outlet offering its own version of the unfolding drama. Analysts are considering not just the defensive statistics, but also the psychological impact. A Lawrence return could inspire teammates, disrupt opponents' game planning, and energize a fan base that craves both hope and spectacle. In essence, what started as a quiet rumor is now blossoming into a full-blown narrative, one that keeps everyone guessing whether this is merely hype or the beginning of an electrifying chapter for Dallas. While the Cowboys management has remained tight-lipped publicly, the whispers suggest a carefully orchestrated plan to build anticipation without confirming any details outright. This strategy, whether intentional or accidental, has created an environment of suspense, with every passing day intensifying speculation across sports media. The potential return of Lawrence has rekindled debates about his legacy, especially among commentators who consider him one of the league's most underrated defensive forces in his prime. In addition to his on-field skills, insiders emphasize the veteran's influence on young players, pointing to instances where his mentorship in practice and film sessions has noticeably improved the performance of less experienced teammates. Rumors also suggest that negotiations behind the scenes have smoothed over previous contractual concerns, allowing Lawrence to focus entirely on preparation and conditioning. For fans, the mere possibility of seeing him back in uniform injects an element of excitement into a season that might otherwise feel predictable. The speculative coverage has taken on a life of its own, turning social media platforms into arenas where hypothetical matchups and dream defensive plays are endlessly dissected. Every small sign of Lawrence's progress, whether a glimpse in a practice video or a mention by a reporter, is now amplified, feeding the frenzy that surrounds this potential blockbuster return to the field. The conversation around Lawrence has even started to extend beyond Dallas, with rival teams reportedly adjusting their scouting reports in anticipation of a player who could drastically alter defensive pressures. League insiders speculate that if Lawrence returns as rumored, quarterbacks who once relied on predictable patterns will suddenly face a dynamic and unpredictable opponent capable of changing the trajectory of games. Some whispers even suggest that the Cowboys might time his debut to coincide with high-stakes divisional matchups, maximizing both strategic advantage and fan engagement. The media's focus on these rumors has intensified, leading to a flood of analysis, commentary, and speculative reporting that often blurs the line between fact and conjecture. Fans now scour every interview, practice update, and social media hint for confirmation, treating even the smallest signal as proof of the narrative taking shape. The buzz has reached such a volume that casual viewers of the NFL are now suddenly invested in what might have once seemed like an insider-only story. The speculation itself has become a spectacle, an evolving drama that highlights how much impact a single player's potential return can have on perception, morale, and expectations across the league. Even beyond the technical and strategic implications, Lawrence's rumored return taps into a larger narrative about resilience, determination, and the unpredictability of the NFL. The idea that a player could step away for a period, navigate injuries and contractual challenges, and then re-emerge as a force to be reckoned with resonates with fans who enjoy stories of comebacks and redemption. Social media reactions range from incredulity to euphoria, with supporters creating highlight reels, memes, and countdowns, turning speculation into a shared cultural moment. The rumor has also prompted a wave of nostalgia among longtime Cowboys fans who remember Lawrence's early career highlights and dominant performances, sparking conversations about what his return could mean for both legacy and team identity. Analysts continue to debate whether this is a strategic gamble or a guaranteed boost, considering not just his physical readiness, but also the psychological effect on teammates and opponents. The swirling discussions, the endless what-ifs, and the meticulous attention to every piece of information have elevated this from a simple roster update to a story with intrigue, drama, and suspense, demonstrating how a single rumor can dominate headlines and conversations in a way few other narratives can. As the whispers grow louder, the anticipation builds, setting the stage for what could be one of the most talked-about comebacks in recent NFL history. With every passing day, the rumors surrounding DeMarcus Lawrence have evolved from tentative whispers into a full-blown narrative that captures the imagination of the NFL community. The combination of potential performance impact, leadership influence, and fan excitement makes this more than just a story about one player. It becomes a lens through which we examine the larger dynamics of team strategy, media influence, and the culture of speculation that surrounds professional football. Insiders suggest that the Cowboys are carefully calibrating their announcements, practice appearances, and media interactions to maintain suspense, all while preparing Lawrence to make the most dramatic and effective return possible. Fans, analysts, and rival teams alike are locked in a collective guessing game, dissecting each development for hints of what is to come. The anticipation has become almost tangible, transforming discussions on podcasts, talk shows, and social media into a participatory spectacle where every fan feels invested in the unfolding drama. This kind of speculation-driven momentum, fueled by a combination of hope, excitement, and strategic ambiguity, has the potential to energize an entire fan base while simultaneously keeping opponents on edge. As the NFL watches, one question looms larger than any statistics or predictions. When and how will DeMarcus Lawrence step back onto the field, and will his return live up to the lofty expectations that now follow him? But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The speculation surrounding DeMarcus Lawrence's return has now reached fever pitch, as insiders hint that the Cowboys front office is orchestrating a carefully timed reveal that could coincide with a pivotal stretch of the season. Rumors suggest that Lawrence's conditioning has been closely monitored, with every sprint, drill, and film session analyzed for signs of readiness, creating a narrative where his comeback is both strategic and symbolic. Fans are dissecting every social media post from teammates, interpreting subtle gestures and cryptic messages as clues, while analysts speculate on how his presence could immediately change the dynamics of Dallas's defensive line. Beyond the numbers and statistics, the rumor carries an emotional weight. Lawrence represents a blend of experience, tenacity, and leadership that younger players have long admired, and his return could catalyze a resurgence in team morale. League insiders point out that his potential reintegration isn't just about sacks and tackles. It's about disrupting offensive rhythms, forcing quarterbacks to hesitate, and creating a domino effect that energizes the entire squad. The narrative is evolving in real time, blurring the lines between fact, speculation, and anticipation as fans, commentators, and rival teams try to predict when and how Lawrence will re-emerge, creating a kind of suspense rarely seen outside the highest-stakes moments in professional football. Rumors also suggest that the Cowboys are planning Lawrence's return with an eye on long-term impact, rather than immediate gratification, carefully balancing his on-field workload with the need to maintain peak physical performance. This has led to intense speculation about his potential role. Will he resume his position as a dominant pass rusher, or will the coaching staff integrate him in ways that optimize matchups and create strategic advantages? Analysts are predicting that his re-entry could force opposing teams to adjust their offensive schemes, with quarterbacks now facing the constant threat of Lawrence's pressure altering timing and decision-making. Social media has amplified every tiny piece of information, from cryptic training camp images to offhand comments by coaching staff, fueling an almost viral frenzy of fan theories, predictions, and highlight reel fantasies. Beyond the tactical implications, there's the narrative of resilience. Lawrence returning after injury and contract uncertainty embodies a story of determination and comeback that resonates with a league and fan base hungry for drama. Every rumor, speculation, and insider hint feeds into a larger story arc, making his potential return not just a sports update, but a cultural moment within the NFL's ecosystem, one that captivates attention far beyond the usual coverage. The intensity of the discussion surrounding Lawrence's rumored return has spilled over into media circles, with commentators debating everything from potential snap counts to leadership influence, turning what was initially a quiet roster whisper into a multi-layered storyline. Observers note that his presence could dramatically shift the defensive balance, creating opportunities for teammates to exploit offensive vulnerabilities that had previously gone unchallenged. Rumors have circulated that the Cowboys coaches are implementing specialized drills designed to ease him back into game speed, highlighting a meticulous approach that underscores the significance of this potential comeback. Meanwhile, fans are crafting hypothetical scenarios, imagining how Lawrence might disrupt divisional rivals and speculating on the emotional impact of seeing him back in uniform at high-stakes moments. The speculation has reached such a degree that even casual NFL followers are tuning in to watch, intrigued by the narrative tension and potential drama. Beyond stats and strategy, the story taps into the broader themes of resilience, redemption, and legacy, positioning Lawrence not only as a player returning to the field, but as a symbol of persistence and determination that resonates throughout the league, creating a storyline that transcends conventional sports reporting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.